In this video tutorial, we're going to demonstrate how to create bright orange images using a neon or fluorescent pink ink. So for this, we're going to need both the Touch 7 Photo ECG plugin and also the neon. So we're going to generate an orange separation using the ECG plugin. We're then going to double click on the pink separation and we're going to open up the swatch palettes for the Touch 7. If you haven't done so already, please download them from the website. Click on the T7 Neon Pink from the defaults folder. That will then override the name and the color into pink. Click on OK. Next, we're going to assign it to the ink on the press. So double click on the pink button to open up the color picker, and now we can pick up the color from inside a press manufacturer. In this instance, we're using the Sharp BP1200S pink. Okay, so click on OK, click on OK. So two-step process to set that up. So at the moment it kind of looks okay, but we've got too much magenta in there. It's going more like a reddish orange. So what we're going to do now is use the SCR button. So go over to the Neon Pinks plugin, click the SCR button, and then that will generate your layers with your different color removal options. So let's now take a look at these, and it will look quite strange, but don't worry. So what we're looking for here is tonality. So option number 1, for example, if we look at this area of orange here, if we look at option number 2, it's a little bit too washed out. So I'm going to go with option number 1 in this case to contain a little bit more tonality and modeling. So with that done, I can now flatten that image down. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is use the Touch 7 Neon Pink separation as a color adjustment layer. So to do this, we're going to first of all hold down the Command key on the Mac, Control on a PC, and click on the pink channel, and that picks up all the pixels in that pink separation. Now if we go over to the layers, go down to here, and we're going to click on the menu and go to curves. So that's going to set a new adjustment layer, curves, based on the mask from what we had selected. So now we can go to the CMYK drop down menu, click on cyan. I'm going to drag that to the end of there, so basically just setting that here. That will basically remove cyan from that pink channel area, or the CMYK area in the image. Magenta, we're going to reduce some of the magenta down, so basically we're just going to slide it down until a line kind of like clips across here. So around about there, it's probably about right. And then the yellow, we're going to take this and push this all the way up here. So basically we can add more yellow into the image. And then we're going to look at the black separation. So the black will probably dirty it down a little bit, so let's just see what we get. Yeah, you can't take all of it out because obviously you lose your shading. So we're probably just going to tease it out a little bit, more of a bell curve. Okay, so that's that. Now we can go on to our pink separation. Open up the level. So Command L on a Mac, Control L on a PC. Move the pink over to the start of the histogram to the shadow point there. So now what we have is a bright orange, kind of like an 021 type orange. Compared to what we had with this orange image. The reason I've done this 021 looking type orange is because people keep asking for Pantone 021 orange. Now if you find that it's a little bit lacking in color, so it's not quite red enough for me or orange enough, we can go in and adjust the curves. So we can basically go back in here and we can take a look at these separations and we can decide, do we need to put a little bit more magenta in there? Do we need to take some of the magenta out? That looks all right to me. Maybe it's the yellow, so push a little bit more yellow into it. So you can play around with the curves and get how you want the file to look. So I'm just going to remove the black in this case. So there's the color before we retouched it. There's the color with it being retouched. If we take off the pink, you'll see there's the yellow looking image replaced in combination with the pink, gives you a bright orange. So that is how you create a bright orange looking image, and the same methodology would apply to the reds as well. So if you look over here on the original image, the lady's lips were quite orangish. They're now a nice beautiful red color. So if you had a red image, you can apply the same methodology. Go in there, play with your curves. Like I said, using a non-destructive separation curve like that is a lot better, because then it gives you the ability to go in there and play with any of the separations that you want to. So that's it. Play around, see what you think. If you want to add more magenta into it, again, like I said, you can do so. You have full creative control to basically get the image the way you want it to look. When you're happy with it, save your file and you're done.